Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, or wherever you are in the world. My name's Alan, or the Leggling, and the idea behind this is to show everybody what I'm going to be listening to each day of the week. 7 days a week, I'm going to be showing you 5 records, vinyls that I'm going to be listening to. So I'm not going to beat about the bush. I'm just going to get on with it. So 5 every day. First one then I'm going to be listening to is the marvellous Tedeschi Trucks band Made Up Mind. Lovely, lovely vinyl, this one. Let me just show you. So I do like coloured vinyl. I can get the thing out. There's the cover. That's them all there. Great, great band. And it's one of these limited edition thingamabobs. So I do like a good limited edition. And this is in smoky, sort of browny vinyl. Double vinyl, they've stretched it out to just over 56, 57 minutes. The title track is fantastic. Those people that don't know the band, they fluctuate between 10 and 12 people on stage. Fantastic band headed up by Derek Trucks, who was with the Allman Brothers and his own band, and Susan Tedeschi, his wife. Fantastic husband and wife team, and I've got this massive band. Blues rock, bit of jazz in there at times as well. This particular album is all originals, so there's no covers or anything like that on here. Great album. So bit of country in there, bit of jazz, bit of an experimentation, but ultimately it's the blues. It's the blues, southern blues rock. So that's the first one then. Derek Trucks, along with his wife Susan Tedeschi. So the Tedeschi Trucks band Made Up Mind. That's the first one. The second one, chalk and cheese here. This is a live album from, hopefully you can see that. That's Portishead, and it's live in New York City at the Roseland Theatre. A one-off performance. Fantastic band, Portishead. This came out in 1998. Oh God, it makes me feel old, this one. This is their only live album that they've done so far. In fact, they've only made 3 albums, plus this one. Beth Gibbons, great singer. There's a little book that comes with it. Nice big, look at that. Nice big sort of poster there. So what we've got on here then, basically it's tracks from the first 2 albums that they did, but with, as you can see from the cover there, with a full orchestra. Fantastic performance. It's also a DVD. But the way that the orchestra brings out the quality of the material is great. Beth is singing like an angel on here, to be perfectly honest. Really great stuff. So what type of music is it? Well, it's very much experimental. It's a little bit of hip hop in there as well, which normally I don't go for. But it's mainly the original songs anyway, without the orchestra, were mainly the 3 of them using sort of record decks, so scratching, and they were using, or still are on here actually, film soundtrack passages from different classic films. interspersed with the music that was going on. You've got jazz on here, you've got funk on here, you've got a bit of avant-garde sort of music as well coming in, but it's all about Beth Gibbons' voice. And you can just, where is she on here? Bloody hell, is she actually on there? Just trying to see where she is. I think that's her there, right at the front, singing. So you can see the size of the orchestra. You know, this is a great album. Don't normally go for live albums, but this is a particularly good one. So second one then, Portishead, Roseland, New York City, live from 1998. Number 3. This is a great band, and they're a very youngish band, but I really do like them. And this is their latest from 2020. This is the 1975 Notes on a Conditional Form. This is a great double album, this one. This is a young band from Manchester. This is their 4th album, so the last one, and hopefully you can see that. It's a proper double album. You know, you're 80 odd minutes, nearly 90 minutes actually, of material on here. Each album starts with a track called the 1975 there. And on this one, it's got Greta Thunberg on here, telling us all that we're all it's all doom and gloom on this planet Earth. Well, she's not far off the point with what's going on here at the moment. This is full of great songs. Matty Healy, who's the singer, and George Daniel, who's the drummer, they write all the material. So Matty writes most of the lyrics and George does most of the music. So the drummer and the singer. Very unusual combination, actually. Very good. Great. I love this package. You've got all the information that you need there, and then what you've got is these great sort of archive, old style design, lovely clear vinyl. There you go. Love all that sort of thing. Just put this back and show you the other one. And it's all on recycled cardboard and paper, so it's all very nice, you know. This is the other one. Really like that. So what have we got? It's pop music. It's certainly very much influenced by Brian Eno. So a lot of ambient keyboard passages in between all the great songs, you know. But they have been highly influenced by Brian Eno, and in fact, Matty Healy, the singer, where is he? That's him there. He interviewed Brian Eno last year, actually, and it's very good. But what you've got on here, as on most of the albums, that they bring in a lot of other musicians, and not least on here, you've got the what are they called? The London Community Gospel Choir. Fantastic. And then you've got the big orchestra arranged by Matty and George as well. Horns on here. You've got some great stuff, and then you've got the other normal people that supplement them. So you've got Jamie's choir on second guitar and keyboards, and then you've got John Wayne, or Ward, I think is pronounced, on saxophone. So you've got pop music, you've got rock music on here. You've got very experimental keyboard motifs on here as well in between the songs. Some really great stuff on here. Although this is the latest one, I would recommend this as a starting point, actually. If you want to dip your toe into the 1975, you can't go far wrong with this. Probably one of my favourite albums from 2020, this one. So this is the 1975 Notes on a Conditional Form. Marvellous double album. So that's number 3. Number 4 is another UK-based group, just a duo, but they do get complemented by other musicians as well. And this is their 5th album, and this is the marvellous Goldfrapp, Head On. This is another one of their sort of disco-y, dancey type albums. It's one of these, look at that. There's Alison, that's the singer, Alison Goldfrapp there. And then you've got Will, who's the main player in the group. But this is mainly a very much a dance orientated album. There's some great songs on here. Rocket was quite a big hit, certainly in UK. I'm not sure how well that did in other countries around the world, but it was a big hit in UK. The one on here that's very, very interesting, and it just shows what a great voice that Alison has got, is this last track there called Voice Thing. And what she does, she loops her voice, and Will uses these sound samples, keyboard sound samples, and it's just a voice. There's nothing more than that on it, really. Really, really interesting track. But, you know, if you want to get up on the dance floor and get your body gyrating, that's the one. That's a great, great dance album, this. You have got on here then, let me just have a quick read who we've got on here. You've got Charlie Jones, who was played a lot mid-career from Robert Plant. In fact, Charlie was Robert Plant's son-in-law. He was married to his daughter. I think they've now split. Great musician, great bass player. Charlie Goulston on guitar, Dave Rossi on violin, and you've got the marvellous Ged Lynch on drums, who's played with Portishead on the previous album, one of the previous ones, I'm sure. He's played with lately Peter Gabriel, great drummer, great drummer. But it's mainly Alison and Will doing everything really on here. Will Gregory is his name. And there's some great stuff on here. So the previous album to this one was harking back to the first one, so it was all sort of mainly ballads, you know, but with a twist, very experimental. The second album, Black Cherry, was very much like this. So they had a dip and then they come back, and this is a dance album. Apart from Voice Thing, it's a great album, this one. So my number 4 then is Head First by the marvellous Goldfrapp. The last one for today then. A fine singer. Fine singer. He, you know, he's had a lot of exposure over the last few years, not least in being on this program called Later with Jules Holland, which is a program that's shown in UK but goes out all over the world. I'm not sure if it goes as far as America, but he's had a lot of exposure in UK on that. But the other chap that's exposed him, certainly here where I am in Germany, is a chap called Xavier Naidoo, who's another German singer, and he really did expose him a lot about 10 years ago now. And we're talking about Gregory, this chap called Gregory Porter, and his silly hat that he keeps wearing all the time. And this one is his last one, and it's called All Rise, and this came out in 2020 as well. There he is again. And there he is over the swimming pool again. This is a fantastic double album. I've got all of Gregory's actually, and I think this one is probably his best in my opinion. Let me just show you the lovely vinyl. There's another sort of photograph there, but this is the sort of pinky vinyl. Love that. It's all very nice. But back to the music then. What are we expecting to hear from Gregory then? Well, he's a great soul, jazz, funk singer. More on the jazz side of things, but what he does, he can is such a great voice that he can sing with a massive orchestra, or he can come right down and sing with a little trio, or even just with a piano, or with Chip Crawford, who is a piano player, great piano player he's got, or he can just play with the guitar player, and his voice is so expressive and so emotional. With this particular album, he uses a lot of orchestras, and he's using the London Symphony Orchestra, and the way that the orchestra's been recorded and arranged by a chap called Troy Miller, really, really good. He uses a full choir as well. So on some tracks you've got over 100 musicians playing, on a few of the tracks, and it's great. This is on what are we on here? We are on Blue Note. So Blue Note Records, for those people that don't know, are a subsidiary of Decca, and they really do go into high-end quality recordings, so you're going to get some great sounding albums, not least this one. It's a double. 2 tracks I would go for would be Revival Song and If Love Is Overrated, both on the first album here. They represent Gregory really, really well. And indeed, if you want to dip your toe into what Gregory is all about, I think this would be a good starting point. His latest one, this is a great album. So there we are. That is my listening choices for today, the 18th of March 2022. Hopefully it makes you want to go and delve into what these artists are all about. It's just, all I'm going to do is just a brief introduction, as I've just done with each of my selections on a daily basis, but it's going to be 5, and it's going to be every day of the week, so you can dip your toe in and experiment with some of them. Some of them you may know, some of them perhaps you don't know, and you want to experiment a little bit more with what I've shown you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen, and that you subscribe at the end, and please let me know what you think. And indeed, if there's any artists or vinyls, albums that you are perhaps wanting me to show and speak about, then please put your comments down below. But the main thing is subscribe to me. That will be very, very appreciated. Okay, have a fantastic Saturday then. The sun's shining here, so there we go. Okay, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers and thank you very much. Bye-bye.